years, blood, sweat, and tears, but I'm still here. Nothing can stop me. Run it up, run it up, run it up, run it up, run it up. Nothing can stop me.
Welcome back to The Grow Show. I'm here with my partner in growth, Jeff Winters. Jeff, how are we doing today?
We're feeling good.
Good.
We're headed for midsummer.
We are headed for midsummer. That's crazy.
I love midsummer.
Yeah, I love the beginning of summer because it means there's more summer. Midsummer makes me think it's already ending.
Yeah, but again, this is you got kids versus you don't got kids distinction.
Fair.
I don't want summer to be forever.
Fair.
I want summer to be just a very limited time, but
we
enough to have fun.
Right. We can't get to summer yet, though. We have some important stuff to discuss. We have some controversy in the office.
Do we?
There's a fake Ryan running around.
For those who don't know, Ryan is our esteemed, award-winning. I don't know if he's won any actual awards, but if there were any, well, I meant for this podcast. Yeah. Oh yeah. No, never mind. He is our esteemed, award-winning producer.
2 right there.
And we have made the choice to hire someone that looks exactly like him, and it's fooled both Eric and I feel like an idiot.
Yeah. I thought Ryan was slacking on the job. I went up to fake Ryan and asked him, "Are you ready to record today?" Yeah. And he didn't know who I was.
Well, we need to hire fake Jeff. He'd be better.
Yeah,
than real
fake Jeff. Well, just keep an eye out. Like if you're walking the streets of Abstract and you see fake Ryan out there, don't confuse him for other Ryan.
And if you don't,
I don't want to say real Ryan because they're both real. But yeah, other Ryan. Yeah. Anyway, what's been going on the LinkedIn pastures?
We're back. Come on, man.
He didn't get us our new sounds. He's slacking. Get fake Ryan in here.
I would think fake Ryan do a really good job.
Yeah.
2 truths and a lie this week. Juicy, I would say.
Oh, okay.
First, this is a combo question from a content creator and then in a comment. This is good. Gabe Larson poses the question. In a world where remote work has become the norm, finding ways to visit customers in person has become a true challenge. I think we all agree with that. It's a whole new ballgame. So how are you breaking through the virtual walls to meet with your customers in person? And I thought this guy, David Christensen, had a really good.
Fake Ryan even walks like real Ryan. I just saw him walking away. Sorry.
A couple of good ideas. One, city tours is one. And the second, I think we're trying to do more and more of this, and I encourage everybody, I think it's a big truth, bringing customers and peers to your headquarters.
Love that.
Truth, right?
Yeah, truth for sure. The one thing we're doing too, which kind of is similar to this, is we're bringing our vendors in person. Mm-hmm. Our vendors that we pay over a certain amount of money have been coming in and we've been meeting with them and it's been great. It's just different. It's different face to face. It's not that one meeting that's in your calendar sandwiched between 10 other meetings. You have undivided attention and they're focused on your business. And I think it's the same, like, I'm sure if we were to do that for our clients, they'd feel the same way.
Don't resign yourself to the fact that you can't go meet people in person because we're in a virtual world. That's lazy. That's an excuse.
Yep.
Either go there and figure out a way to get people to come to you while you're there, or bring them to your shop.
Yep.
Bring them to your house. Home field advantage.
Home field advantage.
Set aside some budget and do it. Don't make excuses. Next, another first, a rare double truth.
Oh.
Comes from a list. I'm not sure which one you're going to latch onto. Kent Bierstrom. He says, "Hello, summer. I have some thoughts. Take them or leave them. One thought. Red Lobster has closed lots of its restaurants lately. Maybe they need to open up small bakeries where they just sell cheddar biscuits."
Truth. That's the truth.
And second, and this is a really important one, is it just me, or do today's water balloons hurt worse than they did when we grew up? I feel like we're just throwing rocks at people now. I'm telling you.
I haven't been hit by a water balloon.
I'm telling you. So here's what's happened in the water balloon community, for those who don't know. We've now gone from the days of taking a hose, taking a water balloon, and filling it up. Old school. Some of them would pop. Some of them you break the rubber.
Yeah.
It was a labor of love. Now we're automated. We got 500 water balloons and you hook it up to a hose and it automatically fills them all and you pluck them off, and you don't have a water balloon fight. You got a water balloon war. And they're mass produced and they're industrial and they're made of cement. And they hurt.
Sounds like you had a bad experience.
I'm telling you.
Sounds like you had a bad experience. I'll take your word for it.
I'm telling you. And now for the lie.
The lie.
And you know what? I don't know if it's a lie, but I hope it is. And as a society, we should hope this is a lie. I'm seeing this statistic posted on LinkedIn. It's from the intelligent.com survey of 800 employers conducted in December of 2023. During job interviews, employers say recent college graduates have. Number 6 on the list, 19% have brought a parent to their interview.
What's the rest of the list? That's not true.
That's why I hope it's make a noise. A fifth, 20%. This is a study. This appears to be a reputable. 20% are bringing their parents to interviews. 53% struggle with eye contact. Okay, that seems normal and natural. 50% asked for unreasonable comp. Okay. 20% brought a parent.
What?
Come on, y'all.
That is crazy.
Have you ever?
No. Have I ever brought my parents to an interview?
I know you haven't brought your parents to. Well, you haven't had any interviews.
I haven't. No, I haven't even heard of that.
What would we do?
I don't know. Maybe you get a 2-for-1 discount. Maybe the parent's going to do some of the work too.
Oh, you think maybe they're not there to for support? You think they're there to work?
I think they're there to help. Maybe they sit by their kid while they're working and throw a couple dials on as well.
I'll tell you this, our moms help.
Yeah.
They listen to the podcast every week and tear us apart.
Tear us apart.
Yeah. All right. PSA, don't bring your parents to your interview.
Don't bring your parents.
That has to be a lie.
I bet we probably have in this next decade a bring your parents to work day.
That's fine.
That's fine.
Bring your parents to an interview? It's atrocious.
Do you think they let their parents do the interview for them?
It's a survey of 800 people. That means 160 of them brought their parents?
That is not true. There's no way that is true.
That's why I'm saying it's a lie. But it's
a lie.
Everywhere. I can't stop seeing it.
Oh my God. That's funny. All right. I can't get past that.
Hey,
Good
Eric,
one.
I'm really looking forward to this job. Have you met my mom?
Yeah. My mom thinks I'd be a really good fit. What would you say are your strengths and weaknesses? Well, Mom, you've known me my whole life. What do you think?
Do you have any references? Yeah, I have one right here, Dad.
He cuts the grass. Great.
What are we doing?
All right. Great job, Sheriff. I mean, people may take that as truth if we don't let them know.
I don't know if it's a lie, but I just hope it is.
It might be. I just don't see a world where that's true.
I don't know.
All right. 50 for 50. What do we have today?
It's hard to come back from that one.
It is hard to come back from that one. You almost threw the whole show off.
Yeah. It reminds me of that famous scene in Succession, you know. Do you want to call your dad?
Yeah. You want to call your dad?
Does anybody want to call their dad? Good. Nobody wants to call their dad. 50 for 50 this week. Scott again is out. We're getting used to this. I don't like it. We need him back. But 50 for 50 this week is a something that can get away from you. Something that can get away from you as you get bigger. And it's easy to ignore. This week's 50 for 50. Don't lose a handle on the people who are coming into your organization.
100%.
The entry level people that are coming in, the people, your new hires, not just necessarily entry level, probably most likely entry level, people that are coming into your organization. You cannot lose touch with this group of people. And here's why. Because this is one of those slippery slopes where you don't meet a few new hires and you're hiring 2 people, and then you don't meet a few more and you're hiring 5, and then you don't meet a few more and you're hiring 10. And all of the sudden, you turn around and people that are coming into the organization are different from the criteria or from the culture or from the whatever that you wanted. And you lose touch with an entire generation of employees who then hire another generation of employees. And I think it is so important as a CEO to ensure that your company is hiring the best possible talent. And you are the best person to see when that is either being lived up to or eroding. And so I know one thing that Scott does, and I've seen him diligently and religiously stick to this. Scott meets with every new hire class every month. Every one of them he meets with. And look, is this a great thing for the new hires to get CEO exposure day 10? Yeah, it's awesome. But he gets a chance for an hour, 90 minutes, however long it is, to get to talk to these folks. He gets to visit with them after the session. He gets to really get a feel for who's coming into the organization. And are we getting the best talent we possibly can? And are these people going to live up to our values?
I think this is a huge, huge point. I think it was Elon Musk or Jeff Bezos who did an insane amount of interviews up to a point when they were at like 1,000 employees or whatever. And there's something to that. And it's not the message here is not, oh, I lack trust in my hiring manager who's making these decisions. There's something bigger than that. Because you, as the CEO, you need people to really understand what you and you're all about, because you are the face of the company. And so not only do you get a chance to see the talent and the individuals that are coming on, they get a chance to see you, learn more about you, ask you questions. And I'm not saying you need to memorize every name of a 600-person company, but you need to know the faces. Like when you're walking around and you start seeing a bunch of faces, you start seeing a bunch of fake Ryans walking around and you don't know the names, you need to know. Like you need to know those people and make those connections. And I, on a smaller scale, when I ran the sales center in the director role for a while, I did every single final interview, period. Every final interview for probably like 3 years. And I've never felt as connected to the group as I did when I did that. And now the numbers at this point just don't make as much sense to be able to do that. But man, especially if you're a little bit smaller and you have the luxury of doing this, I would almost suggest doing the interviews. And if you can't do that, you have to meet with the class every single month.
Yeah. Well, it would be really hard to do the interviews for you now, given that you'd have to be meeting with all of these kids and their parents.
I don't have enough space in my office.
Yeah. Should we roll up a chair for mom?
Yeah.
Yeah. And I can't stress it enough. There are a few things in business when you start to get bigger that you don't want to do, is the wrong way to say it, but kind of it's not. Yeah. It could seem like this is a good meeting to book over. Yep. That's probably the better way to say it. Yeah, you know what? Book over the new hire meeting. Don't book over the new hire meeting. Meet the new hires.
Yep.
You get connected with them. They get connected with you. This is something, if we started a business from scratch, we'd do it again.
Yeah. Well, and if you think about the list of how do I drive results through a team, at the very top is what? It's the right people. You could have the best process, best systems, everything. And if you have the wrong people, you're not going to be successful. And then the opposite is also true. You could have the worst systems and worst process, but if you have the right people, amazing people, they're going to figure out a way to be successful. So it's all the way at the top.
That's the homework. Either interview or, if you're a little bigger, meet with every single new hire. Do not skip it. One-on-one or group.
Good 50 for 50.
It's tough, man. I'm substitute teaching here.
Yeah, substitute teaching. All right. We're heading over to mining for growth gold. Still have the same sound.
Freezing cold.
Ass 3 weeks. No new sounds. That's okay, Ryan. It's okay.
Sometimes I want to say not having a new sound is somehow like nostalgic or a show of appreciation for you, but it's not.
It's not.
If you had a new sound, how would you feel?
I'd feel a lot more motivated to do this section.
You'd feel like he cared about you.
Yeah, I would feel like he cared about me. Okay.
Noteworthy.
Well, yeah, we'll note that.
Yeah, note that.
I'll note that.
Note that.
All right. So today we're going to talk a little bit about email. We've been doing these content review sessions where we sit in a room and we review the email copy as a group.
I'm there too.
You're there too.
This is a high-level content review session.
High-level content review session.
Yeah.
Because it couldn't be more important.
Mm-hmm.
You know, the thing about calling is there's so many different variables, and every time you have a call, it can go a million different ways. That email is coming across one way, the way you write it.
The way you write it.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
And there's a lot of things that have come out of this, but one really, really big thing that is super simple that I think everybody should do tomorrow. And that is when you write an email, before you hit submit or you finalize it, you should read it out loud.
Read out loud.
You should read it out loud. So the way we set these up is each of our content writers presents their emails and then they read them out loud. And this has happened in 4 consecutive meetings. They read the email. It's very jargony, very long. And they say, wow, I really wish I would have read this before I finalized it. And it's just so simple. But when people are reading emails, they have thousands of emails they're going through. It's hard to catch the attention. I don't want to see 10, 15 letter words in the email about the industry expertise, efficiency, evaluation, right?
Yeah.
Just say, we make it better. You know, like say it like a human and read it out loud. And if it doesn't sound good out loud, it's not going to resonate with the reader. Very simple. You can implement it tomorrow. Any copy you do, read it out loud.
We make extraordinary motion, visual representations using play buttons and pause buttons in synchronous fashion. No, you don't. You make videos.
Exactly.
Right. Nobody's impressed and nobody understands.
Exactly.
Read them out loud. Read them out loud. It is striking in these sessions, the frequency with which people go, that doesn't sound good. What? Right, exactly. And that's how it's going to sound to your prospect. It's a weird accountability thing, and it's not something you want to do because nobody likes reading to themselves.
Yeah. And you're writing a lot of emails too. But it's so important.
Read it out loud and de-jargify, because that's the next step. That's what's going to happen is you're going to be reading about the visual representations of the motions with the pause. But no, we make it better. It's a video. Be simple. Make it easy. Read it out loud.
And the point, the strategy with email these days, because it's become so cluttered and there's so many emails, you have to stand out. And every email I get is that.
It's that.
Jargon.
All of them.
Long words, long sentences, long paragraphs, things that I am not, I'm reading and my eyes are glazing over. I can't even finish the email. So read it out loud. Read it to another person is a bonus to be able to bounce it off somebody. But if not, just read it out loud yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Takes 30 seconds.
Takes 30 seconds.
All right. Now that we have all these email leads coming in, Jeff, how are we going to sell them?
What?
I couldn't get it on. I told you.
You told me you couldn't get it on. Man, I set that up perfectly.
I know. I really was.
What'd you have?
I had a new sound effect for this section. We had it all teed up before you got here. Aaron.
Really?
Yeah.
And what was it?
It was awesome. And I was going to dog your shitty sound effect. And then I was going to have an awesome one, and then it didn't come.
It was Blame Road. They screwed the pooch here.
I don't know who you're talking about.
Manufacturer of this.
Oh, my gosh.
Should we talk about accountability?
We haven't talked about accountability in a while. That was going to be awesome, and now you've just shocked my entire system. Come on, man.
Fake Ryan.
One thing I continue to notice from a sales perspective, and this is for salespeople, is we continue to tell ourselves stories at the end of calls. And I don't quite feel like we've done enough to have the language in our arsenal at the end of calls to ask whether or not someone is interested. I've done a couple of topics tangential to this. We've talked about sort of like the new age reverse selling to try to get out of maybe or to understand what's next. But I'm seeing a lot of people that are scheduling next steps, which are good, and then those next steps are being ghosted. And what does that tell me? That tells me that people are uninterested, and we don't know that. And so I heard a phrase that I'm really liking, which isn't overly complex or overly novel, but it's giving someone permission to shoot you straight. It's the end of the call. people are about to get off. Most of the time, this is when this happens. I'm not saying this is when it should happen. This is when it does. Yeah, okay, I got to go. Hey, Eric, look, this is total permission here for you to shoot me straight. Is this something you think could help your team? And shut your mouth and let them talk. Total permission here to shoot me straight. Here's why this phrase works in my estimation. Everybody thinks they're a straight shooter. I'm a real straight shooter. Nobody goes, hey, are you a straight shooter? No.
Nope.
Not a straight
I
shooter.
beat around the bush. I don't tell you the, yeah.
I don't tell you the straight scoop. Everybody, it's like I've said this before. Everybody thinks they're a good driver.
Yeah.
Are you a good driver? Oh, I'm a great driver. Everybody else, terrible. How's it possible? Everybody else is a horrible driver. You're a good driver. But neither here nor there. You a good parent? Oh, I'm the best parent. Yeah. These are things that everybody thinks they're good at. And everybody thinks they're a straight shooter. So if I give you permission and I change the words, I give you permission, shoot me straight. Now it clicks in your brain. Oh, I'm a straight shooter. Now I should say exactly what it is.
Yep.
And I think this little brain trick, moving the words around into something that everyone thinks they are and aspires to be, even if you're not a straight shooter, you want to be a straight shooter. I'm going to prove I'm a straight shooter.
Right. I'm going to make something up.
I'm going to make something up and I'm going to get an answer. And I think shoot me straight, those exact words, permission to shoot me straight, is a really nice way to, in a non-threatening, non-used car salesy way, get you to tell me how you're feeling at the end of the call.
So I was meeting with our account, to add to this point, I was meeting with our account managers yesterday and talking to them about consulting our clients on sales. And we pulled up just a random sample of portals. And in these portals where clients go in, they fill out the outcomes of the opportunities that we gave them. Back to back to back, people have 60, 50, 30 proposals in there that we've been working with. We've been working with these clients 2-3 years.
Yeah.
Just sitting in proposal.
That's right.
Because no one shot them straight.
No one shot them straight.
Maybes are the root of all evil in sales. So any little tidbits or tricks like this that you can get to get a yes or to get a no and to get the truth, I mean, that's the name of the game.
Permission to shoot me straight. I think it's really good. It's a turn of a phrase. Have your salespeople use it. If you're a leader, CEO, you're on sales calls, use it. Hey, send it in an email to get an answer. But don't be in maybe land. Don't be looking back going, gosh, they love the call.
Yeah, I killed it.
I destroyed that call.
I killed it.
You had no clue.
Yeah, you had no clue. Great. Good tip. Good tip.
That was pretty tactical.
Yeah, that's good stuff. Good You can use these things we're talking about tomorrow. Like there's no reason to wait. All right, final section. Everybody's favorite. Everybody's favorite.
Not everybody's, but some people.
99% of people's favorite. What is everybody's favorite? Do not disturb.
Oh, I love do not disturb.
Do not disturb. And we are not going to attack. You're going to sleep. You put do not disturb on. That's fine. We understand.
You don't want to be disturbed while you sleep.
Yeah, you don't want to be disturbed while you sleep. There seems to be a new trend of people being on do not disturb all day.
All day.
All day, do not disturb. What do you think about that? To do or not to do? Be on do not disturb outside of sleeping hours.
I think it's a huge flex. I think it is a huge flex to always be on do not disturb. I think it's awesome. I don't recommend it, but I'm like, hell yeah. Like I'm on, but by the way, I'm the do not disturb buster because I know if you're on do not disturb, if I call you twice, I'm getting through. Like I'm immediately calling twice. I do this to you all the time.
Yeah.
Eric's on do not disturb because he forgets he's on do not disturb when he sleeps and then he forgets to turn it off in the morning. I get that Insta voicemail. Boom, I'm right back at him. I'm right back with that second call. I think it's a huge flex. I think it makes you look very busy and important. And part of me loves it. But probably not.
Probably not. I'm on silent all day.
What does that mean?
It vibrates, but I have no sounds.
Ever?
Day. Ever.
Oh, you could miss stuff. You got your watch though.
I do have a watch. I do have my watch. Yeah.
By the way, you can't bust through the watch if you're on do not disturb either.
Oh, really?
No.
Really?
No.
Oh. Calls come through the watch. Like even though I'm on silent, I can see the watch. I don't see texts though to my phone. They don't go straight to my watch.
Don't you think it's a flex being on Do Not
I
Disturb
think it's
all
a
day?
flex. Yeah, it's a power move for sure.
Total power move.
Yeah, total power move.
I think if you're a CEO and you're feeling a little like imposter syndrome, throw your Do Not Disturb on all day.
Can't reach me.
Should that be my tip on LinkedIn? If you're a CEO and you're feeling imposter syndrome, I have a great tip for you. Boom.
Do not disturb.
Do
You're
not-
busy. You're busy.
You're busy. People are going to think so much more highly of you if you're on Do Not Disturb all day.
Here's why I like it as well. Anything in this day and age for people to be off their phones more, I
Yeah.
think is a good thing.
I do too.
Yeah, I think it's a good thing.
I'm coming around.
Yeah,
I'm
coming around.
I'm putting Do Not Disturb.
You're Mr. Disturb Me. You want to be, your phone's dinging all the time.
And this is iPhone exclusive, so to all of those that where the texts don't go blue, this isn't going to work. But I now have options. It's sleep, work, personal, and just Do Not Disturb.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. That's a big deal.
That's a big deal.
Now I get to select.
Breaking news. Breaking news.
That's what we're
Is
doing.
that the new update there?
I never update my phone.
Yeah, I haven't updated mine in a long time.
Hey, and if you want to ask me about it, feel free to call. You're going to have to call twice because I'm on Do Not Disturb
I'm
personal.
on Do Not Disturb. All right. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this episode, had some good nuggets to take away. Until next time, let's grow.
Let's grow.
The Grow Show is sponsored by Abstract Cloud Solutions, certified Salesforce consulting services.